When this girl notices a disabled and paralyzed woman struggling to walk with a limp because of her physical condition, anyone's heart would melt at the sight of her suffering. But instead of showing compassion, the arrogant girl's face fills with a cruel, mocking smile. Without the slightest shame, she begins making fun of the woman's disability. She twists her hands into strange positions, drags her feet awkwardly, and imitates the disabled woman's movements while laughing out loud. The pride on her face and her loud laughter make it clear that she finds entertainment in someone else's pain, while her friend repeatedly tries to stop her and tells her to quit. But her arrogance does not end there. A short distance later, they come across another paralyzed and physically disabled woman who is struggling to walk with both of her arms stiffly stretched out in the air. Instead of feeling sympathy, the arrogant girl's heart becomes even more cruel. She immediately starts mocking this second disabled woman in the same heartless way. She stretches both of her arms straight into the air, puts on a mocking expression, imitates the helpless woman's movements, and bursts into laughter. Her friend desperately tries to stop her, but blinded by pride and arrogance, the girl continues her disgraceful behavior as if she is proud of it. The peak of her cruelty comes when they encounter a blind woman ahead. Unable to see, the woman walks with her face tilted upward and her hands stretched out, carefully feeling her way forward. Even this helpless blind woman becomes the target of the arrogant girl's mockery. She rolls her eyes upward, makes her face look helpless, waves her hands blindly through the air, and pretends to be blind. Shamelessly laughing, she continues waving her hands while mocking the woman's helplessness, proudly showing off the gift of sight that she has been blessed with. Pride shines in her eyes and victory appears on her face, completely unaware that mocking disability and blindness is about to bring a horrifying consequence. Then, suddenly, the terrifying and unforgettable moment arrives as justice strikes without warning. Just as she finishes mocking the blind woman, darkness suddenly covers her own eyes in a single second. The wicked smile instantly disappears from her face and is replaced with overwhelming fear. The hands she had stretched out to mock others suddenly become frozen and paralyzed in the air. Her eyesight is taken away, her eyes roll upward, and she herself becomes blind and paralyzed. Her face fills with screams, panic, and heartbreaking regret. Terrified, she desperately reaches out into the air for support in exactly the same way she had mocked only moments before. Witnessing this horrifying scene, her friend is overwhelmed with fear, abandons her, and runs away. Now the same arrogant girl stands alone on the roadside, blind and paralyzed, with tears of regret streaming down her cheeks. Nature has given her such a horrifying punishment for mocking the disabled and the blind that it leaves everyone who witnesses it deeply shaken. Do you think this arrogant girl received the full consequences of her pride? If you also agree with this justice, write karma in the comments and share your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.